History of the United States of America. The United States of America is a country with a long and complex history, shaped by exploration, colonization, revolution, expansion, and global influence. The history of the United States can be divided into several major periods, beginning long before the country officially existed. Early history and indigenous peoples. Before the arrival of Europeans, the land that is now the United States was inhabited by indigenous peoples for thousands of years. These Native American tribes developed diverse cultures, languages, and social systems, adapting to different environments across North America. They lived as hunters, farmers, traders, and builders, forming civilizations that existed long before European contact. European exploration and colonization. In 1492, Christopher Columbus's voyage marked the beginning of European exploration of the Americas. Following this event, several European powers began exploring and claiming territories in North America. Spain was the first European nation to establish settlements, especially in the southern regions, including Florida. France explored and settled areas around the Great Lakes and along the Mississippi River. England later focused on the eastern coast of North America. In 1607, the English founded Jamestown in Virginia, the first permanent English settlement in what would become the United States. Over time, more colonies were established along the Atlantic coast. The formation of the 13 colonies. Between the early 17th century and 1703, 13 British colonies were formed. These colonies stretched from New Hampshire in the north to Georgia in the south. Each region developed differently. The northern colonies focused on trade, fishing, and shipbuilding. The middle colonies became important agricultural and commercial centers. The southern colonies relied heavily on plantation agriculture, especially tobacco and later cotton. Slavery became an essential part of the colonial economy, particularly in the southern colonies. Colonial resistance and conflict with Britain. For many years, the colonies enjoyed a degree of self-government. However, after the French and Indian War ended in 1763, Britain faced significant debt and began imposing new taxes on the colonies. These taxes included the Stamp Act and the Tea Act. The colonists strongly opposed these measures, arguing that they were being taxed without representation in the British Parliament. Protests and resistance increased, leading to events such as the Boston Tea Party in 1773. The American Revolution. Tensions between Britain and the colonies eventually led to armed conflict. In 1775, fighting broke out at Lexington and Concord, marking the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. On July 4, 1776, the 13 colonies declared independence from Britain. The Declaration of Independence stated that all people are born with natural rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under the leadership of George Washington, the Continental Army fought against British forces. With support from France and other allies, the colonies achieved victory. The war officially ended in 1783 with the signing of the Treaty of Paris, which recognized the independence of the United States. Establishing the new nation. After gaining independence, the United States faced the challenge of creating a stable government. The Articles of Confederation proved ineffective, leading to the drafting of a new constitution in 1787. The United States Constitution established a federal government with 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. In 1789, George Washington became the first president of the United States. The Bill of Rights was later added to protect individual freedoms such as freedom of speech, religion, and the press. Westward expansion. During the 19th century, the United States expanded rapidly westward. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 doubled the size of the country. Explorers and settlers moved west, seeking land and opportunity. The idea of manifest destiny encouraged Americans to believe that expansion across the continent was inevitable and justified. However, This expansion led to conflicts with Native American tribes and disputes over slavery. The American Civil War. Disagreements over slavery and states' rights eventually led to the American Civil War. In 1861, 11 Southern states seceded from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. The Civil War lasted until 1865 and resulted in massive loss of life. The Union victory preserved the United States as a single nation and led to the abolition of slavery. Reconstruction and industrial growth. After the Civil War, the country entered a period known as Reconstruction. The government attempted to rebuild the South and integrate formerly enslaved people into society. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the United States experienced rapid industrialization. Cities grew, railroads expanded, and the country became a major economic power. The United States in the 20th century. The United States participated in World War I in 1919 and emerged as an influential global nation. The Great Depression of the 1930s caused widespread economic hardship. During World War II, the United States played a key role in defeating the Axis powers. After the war, it became one of the world's leading superpowers. Modern United States. Following World War II, the United States entered the Cold War period, competing with the Soviet Union for global influence. The country also experienced major social changes, including the Civil Rights Movement. Today, the United States remains a major political, economic, and cultural force in the world, continuing to shape global events.